where poverty is the rule of the day, where the pavement ends and the dirt begins. The largest industry is the longest continuous burning tire fire in the continental United States. However, it does make the sun sets and the sun rises beautiful. Silver Springs, Nevada. We have Aaron. Hey, Aaron. What's up?
Hey, the gorgeous sunshine was a great weekend with weather-wise up here. I got to disagree with something Scotty just said, though, man. He said they put Elvis in movies and never gave him any substance.
Yeah?
I'm sorry, but I think Margrete is substance.
Oh, the Las Vegas. Oh, yeah, how can you not with the back of her shaking when they're...
Man,
yeah.
And you know what? Still drop dead gorgeous to this day.
Yes, she is. Funny lady, too.
And, oh, God, you know what? I think she had more comedy thing going on than people really gave her credit for. She was a pretty good talent in her own right there on the screen. Rachel brought up, mentioned Corky Bennett last week. I had the pleasure of working with him. He's kind of billed as the king of Reno entertainment. The guy, he is off the hook good. As a comedian, an entertainer, a storyteller. He plays the keyboards, but he also plays accordion. And if you guys want to catch Corky Bennett, I know he's getting up there in age, but he never misses the Italian festival, and he gets out there with that accordion, and I'll tell you what, he can tear it up. He's really good, and he loves the accordion more than the piano, so he really does do justice. And him and his group, they play all over the place, but you definitely catch him. I'm pretty sure he'll be at the Italian festival. It's on his ticket every single year. Great local Reno entertainer. So the Organic Research, the Organic Farming Research Foundation released an article, and very interesting information coming out. What they were saying, of course, they've had all kinds of grants and everything going on for organic farming over the last few years with this GMO organic issue going on. But the biggest issue, and many people that talk to me about gardening, farming, and everything know I'm a dirt guy. The biggest issue that organic farmers are bringing up and saying needs to be addressed is soil health. And, of course, what you put in the dirt, and this is why I'm a big dirt guy, what you put in the dirt goes on your table. And I don't care how you look at it and how you dress the duck, what you put in the dirt goes on the table, because whether it's a GMO corn being fed to the cow still ends up on your table. We all eat whatever comes out of the dirt, including the animals. And other animals eat other animals, I know, but it's one of those things. So soil health is a big issue in the organic farming, the research foundation there. That's what, and this was compiled over the last 6 years of research and stuff. They released this report this past week. And the reality is, when you think about it, and we were talking the other day about stuff going in a storm drain. It goes right into the river, and it does. I don't care where you go. Down in Corona, California, we reported, we actually reported the companies to the EPA, California EPA, and the federal EPA, because there was a company, AMS, they were dumping paint. They were ordering their employees to dump paint and other chemicals into a storm drain, which fed directly into the irrigation water. And when the guy contacted me about it and said, hey, you got to write something about this. And I asked him, I said, well, why did you refuse to do this? He says, hey, my children eat that food. And so something to be conscious of. Just when you're putting poisons on a plant, when you're putting poisons in the dirt to do something, it all goes into the water system. The water system feeds the plants feed the animals, we eat the animals. So it does get to us. I don't know if anybody has noticed the big issue right now in the ocean. Methylmecury is what they're finding, and guess where they're finding it?
I don't know, tuna?
In the ice that's breaking off the icebergs. It's been building up, and now all of a sudden it's getting into the ocean. The plankton's eating that. is being affected by it. Bigger fish eat the plankton, bigger fish eat the fish, it eats the plankton, et cetera, et cetera. Now, all of a sudden, the sharks are full of methylmercury. So it's a big, long chain, and basically what it boils down to, maybe the message here today, folks, we need to take care of the planet a lot better than what we're doing right now, because we're destroying it at a very rapid rate that, we may not be able to reverse it at some point.
Well,
it's something to be very conscious about.
Well, let me ask you a question. In Nevada, it's very common for during soil prep before planting that farmers will order a tractor trailer load of sulfuric acid. And you think, what does sulfuric acid have to do with anything? Well, they literally put it in spray rigs, and they spray the ground with sulfuric acid. It takes the alkaline, the pH of the soil from a high alkaline base back to a neutral type base because of the sulfuric acid. Now, that's to allow the plants to grow that wouldn't grow in an alkaline soil. So they get the pH back down. I mean, do you see that as harmful, or is that just soil adjustment? Is that soil maintenance?
That would be something. I don't know if I could even logically comment on that without doing a little bit of research to see. I would want to know what the adverse effects were. Sulfuric acid.
Well, it kills you if you get
doing it in an alkali situation. Well, yeah, but in the alkali situation, one of the situations that are created when you start using synthetic fertilizers is
alkali, you
have to
get that neutralization thing
creating
going.
a situation. And I'll give you an example. That soil out in Silver Springs is extremely alkali. I mean, there's alkali flat out there. And what would happen, people would come in and they'd put a massive amount of manure. And they're using a very, to try to balance that. But what they were creating was basically a salt flat. So I'm sure when somebody's using sulfuric acid to come in and treat the soil to create better growing conditions, that there have to be rules in play for that. And I would have to take a look at the rules. But I would think that anytime you're doing that to balance something, there has to be, it's acid, so there has to be a good and a bad going on there. And what are they growing in the field? That would be a big consideration too. I don't know that when you put acid in the soil like that to balance the alkali and the pH, is going to, does that transfer into the plant, transfer into whatever's being eaten? Obviously it doesn't, or people would be, having holes in their stomach when they ate it and in their throat and stuff. Sulfuric acid it does burn. I know that.
Well, we'll kill you.
I don't know from experience.
What else is it doing to the water? I mean, we've only been doing that for the last, 60 years or whatever since we've discovered that. But you don't think those green fields going when you head south on alternate 95 are because the soil's so much better. They're treating it and preparing it that way. And, my question is, what does it do? It can't all get absorbed. It's got to get down to the water table. It's got to do something.
You kind of just gave me a good research project there. I'll have to look into that a little bit deeper and get back with you on that.
I wasn't even aware. I wasn't aware that was done until I was talking to a friend about different things, and we were talking about water treatment. He said, well, you won't believe what they do down in blah blah blah. They buy tankers full of sulfuric acid, and they take the seasonal workers and they put them in rubber gloves and little rubber aprons.
I was going to say, you probably have to have a hazmat suit
but they don't. They don't
to administer that.
No, they don't. And they drag it behind a trailer with a spray rig, and that's what they do all day is spray it before they start their planting. And I guess they spray in water and then plant. So, I don't know. It's just something I wasn't aware of.
I'll do some research on that, because I wasn't aware of that either. And sulfuric acid as a soil treatment. That's kind of.
Apparently, it happens.
Give you a step back a little, huh?
Apparently, it happens in large bulk quantities every year in the Nevada farming areas and ranching areas. So, alfalfa. Everything that's raised out there. The soil has to be treated, and that's one of the ways they do it. So something I did not know until very recently.
Well, just a quick, man, they do it for blueberries. They don't just do it here. They do it all over the place.
Oh, yeah, they would have to.
And there's uses as a water treatment. So I'll definitely look into that. It'll give me something to research here. But I'm seeing a lot of reputable places like Botanical Garden places that have stuff on this. So there's got to be good. There's got to be bad on some. I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing. The word acid sets a lot of red flags up, and you would think that on that level that there's going to be good and bad.
Well, it is used for water treatment, for pH adjustment, and that's what it's used for. Aaron, we got a run coming up on top of the hour. How do we contact you at Alladay?
775-230-9915. Put a lot of new products up on the product page, some of our antiques, www.alladayllc.com. Going to be gorgeous out there, folks. Let's have a great day. Let's all be safe out there.
All righty. Thanks for the call. That's Aaron out in Silver Springs, Nevada. And just something to think about. And I know right now he's probably busily Googling sulfuric acid for soil treatment. So, that's the kind of guy he is. He'll get a bone in his teeth and he'll run with it. So good luck. Congratulations. And I hope you find something out and you pass on the word to the rest of us, because it's something I did not know until very recently. So, Aaron, if you can help, we appreciate it. This is AM News. Second hour is gone this Tuesday. I'm still tired, but stay tuned. I'll be right back.